here on Tuesday with something I haven't seen in quite a while, is you guys are still, one of your, at least vendors is shipping you cabbage that are still in the green mesh sacks. And you guys that have inspected those, they're kind of unruly, aren't they? Not only just to inspect, they're heavy, they're odd to handle and toss around to do the inspection. They're even worse to try to keep stacked in the cooler. You know, it seems like they fall over quite a bit, you know. They doesn't stack right. Most shippers now have gone to ship this stuff in cartons, wax cartons. Yeah, when I was in Savannah for 3 years, 3 times a week we got loads of cabbage in that were in mesh sacks, and I dreaded it every time. Several different types of cabbage, and one of them you just don't see too much anymore is this pointed stuff that you see in that upper left picture. I would imagine that the Danish / domestic and the reds and Savoys are all, you're carrying all 3 types here?
No, green and red.
Just green and red is it? No Savoys, no crinkly?
No.
Okay, all right. It's all going to be graded the same way, you know. And this is another one that is the inspection into percentages and tolerances determined by weight, but you know, I guess you could get away with and you could count them. All I know is what I saw in the green sacks out in the cooler the other day. There was a big difference in the size of the heads that are in those containers, in the sacks. Yeah, I mean, you had some that were, heads of cabbage that were that big, and then some that were not quite big. So yeah, that could make a difference in your percentages. USDA would always do it by weight. This is a little bit different. This is one of those commodities that has, you know, a 1 grade is what everything is really based on, and then you have this commercial grade. And while I've never done an inspection on commercial grade in my life, just my experience with commercial grades has been that normally they will allow a much higher percentage of defects than a US number 1 would. So for example, if you're allowed 10% defects on a 1, a commercial would be something like 25. And so what the commercial grades are used for more than anything is product that's shipped in bulk, like in bulk bins, loose in bulk bins, and it's going for some kind of like a slaw manufacturer in this case or something like that, where they're going to chop it up. Usually you'll find a lot more quality type defects in it, okay? Again, this is one of my former trainers at work. I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't know if the Fed inspectors still do it or not, or they just, if they come in here and they weigh anything, they use your scales. But the way, I know every federal inspector is issued a bucket, a canvas, it's a World War I Army mule surplus feed bucket. And